G'day viewers, this week we are deep in the heart of New South Wales. We're in the beautiful Hunter Valley and we're here for a major event. This is the search for Australia's toughest off-road vehicle. It's the Tuff Dog Tuff Truck Challenge. I'm Simon Christie and this is Life Off-Road. The Tuff Dog Tuff Truck Challenge brings together the most extreme off-road vehicles, most extreme competitors and the most extreme fans. But before the vehicles get dirty, this show and shine, verification and engineering is a great time for competitors to catch up and for spectators to check out the amazing rigs.
Welcome to the 2019 Tuff Dog Tuff Truck Challenge. It's taken us a while to get here, but we're here and it's looking great.
Tony, back bigger and better for another weekend.
A lot of changes, bit of frustration on the lead up to it, but once the guys are here, once the teams are here, it's another world. I think it's onwards, upwards, bigger and better.
The Tuff Truck draws in thousands of fans to witness the spectacle of extreme off-road motorsport. But before we get stuck into the action, let's meet some of the characters who drive these vehicles. We got a bit of a support crew here this weekend.
Yeah, they're just here to keep the truck running, I suppose. Or something like that anyway.
Tell us a bit about how you ended up behind the wheel of this monster.
Well, I was on holidays for the last 3 weeks in another country and I flew in last night and I'm apparently driving today.
Tell us about the vehicle you're running.
We got the stock standard Suzuki Sierra and then we've just put a big set of Unimog diffs underneath it with portals. We've got the 42s. It's a family car, so we drive around this. This is not just a rock crawler.
Tell us how much effort's been put into the panel work of this vehicle.
Yeah, there's been a few rollovers. We take a lot of care in our rollovers. That had some featured ints and whatnot here and there.
Why is the Suzuki such a popular platform here at Tuff Truck?
Because it's very narrow. The tracks are getting very tight. You can lean them over a lot and not hit bunnings.
I'd love to ask you what your plan is for the weekend, but I think it's pretty much go hard and tip it over.
Pretty much, yeah. Just see how long we can keep going for.
Try to take it easy for today, then the mud run, give it a bit, jandle for the crowd. Let's try to keep the truck going for the weekend.
54 cars, come down and put it all together and put on a show. Mate, you got to be in it to win it.
Converting.
This event isn't all about the big boys and their toys. We've got a healthy field of ladies outside the bunting and behind the wheel. In fact, there are more ladies competing this year than ever before.
This is my first year. Usually I am the sandwich queen for everybody, so this year I've stepped up, taken the wheel. Hopefully I can pull it off and get it through the weekend and we can drive it on the trailer and take it home.
Tell us a bit about the vehicle you're driving.
It's a Land Rover Discovery. We brought it for $200, spent hours and hours building it up, and we've brought it to Tuff Truck to see how we go and just have some fun.
It's not just for the guys. Come out, you can be the girliest girl and still go out there and stick it to the guys.
Girls can do it too. Get out there and give it a go. That's all you need to do.
It's nice to see girls, and for little girls, you know, driving around on their push bikes, thinking, oh, I could do that. That'd be great.
Talk us through the new format.
Rather than have people wait and just see a show and shine in the morning of the first day, we increase the spectator value and spread the event out over the 3 days.
We've also added some stages. In the past, drivers had 4 stages one day and 5 another. They now have 5 each day. And then to give the crowd a bit more entertainment, we have linked parts of 4 stages together.
We'll establish who the top 10 is, and from that, they'll have a shootout. That one we're really looking forward to.
So we've got extra stage, extra seat time, and the shootout for the best of the cars that are here.
It's going to be a load of fun.
Each year, a number of proven and favourite stages bring fans and competitors back to Tuff Truck. But this year, the event is bigger and tougher than ever before with 4 new stages. There's a completely new Mystery Night stage. We've got Tony's Torment, we've got Outback Revenge, and we've got the Gnarly Gully up behind me. What stage is this and how's it running?
That's Gnarly Gully, so basically as Dad explains it, we start down there and we finish up there.
How many cars have made it all the way through?
There's only been a handful. A lot of them seem to get stuck in here.
Talk us through some of the obstacles they face.
First one down there is up and across the rock. Come down up here, and this is where most of the cars get sort of hung up. It's a bit of a challenge for them.
And this section right here in front of us has changed drastically.
Yeah, there's a lot of cars that have been chewing it up over the weekend.
And what are your thoughts on the new stages?
Terrific. I reckon it's a path in the right direction for Tuff Truck.
It was awesome. It was really good. It's a hard one. It's really hard.
What's the plan for the rest of the day for you?
Don't break anything, just have some fun.
"54 teams have turned up to compete this year."
We initially had, I believe it was 65, and we're really excited to have them, but you know how difficult it is for people to get their cars on the road.
Really interesting situation for the competitors this year with the first and second place getters from last year not being here to compete.
Well, it tightens the field up a bit. Where in the past all the money was on 1 or 2, maybe 3, it's spread right, 4, 5, 6 teams.
Trying to relax this year, Simon. It's been good to sit on the other side of the fence. Sometimes it's quite frustrating, I will admit. Good to support some mates, come up with the family and the kids and having a good time.
So what's your pick for the weekend? Who'll take out the top spot?
I know Jesse Haynes has had some good drives. Mark Peters, he's done some really consistent scores. Consistency's the key. And I've heard Matt Bond, he's been doing quite well as well. So I reckon that'd be my top 3.
The all-terrain stage is one of the longest courses here at Tuff Truck and one of the toughest. It's tight, it's twisty, there are plenty of rocks, trees and some big nasty boulders to squeeze between.
It's been running quite well this weekend. It's quite a technical track. The start line has caught out a lot of people. The first step's a killer. There is definitely a line. It has been driven by a couple of cars and quite easily. You just got to get that line right.
Huge boulders, big deep dirt holes, not a lot of flat ground anywhere to be seen and a lot of off camber.
This is one people have been struggling on really bad.
Not a lot of traction there. Stacking rocks, employing the rear steer, activating the diff locks, trying to get some forward momentum, trying to get some traction under these tyres.
It's so tough. You get to certain sections and you go, okay, I gotta steer right here and stay to this side. That's the experience of doing it before is huge.
The frame twister is one of the original stages here at Tuff Truck that always puts on plenty of action for the spectators. But the stage has been reworked for this year, so let's take a closer look at the obstacles. What changes have we got for this year?
We've had some rocks moved down the end. All these tyres up here have been put in. Alan gets in here with the excavator and does a good job.
You can see there why it's called the frame twister. Articulated out to the max on both front and rear axles. Clawing for traction. You can see the tyres grab, pick up. Stretched right out, rear right in the air. This is what the crowd comes here for. This is the challenge of Tuff Truck.
How was that?
Good. Been coming to Tuff Truck for like 6 years and never driven the frame twister, so I'm pretty happy.
So having a dream run here. History being made right in front of you, right here. All right, bury it, let's go. Oh, yes!
The frame twister, there's a big rock with a big drop at the end and it's got some tyres on either side. It looks pretty gnarly. I hope I just land on the rubber and not the lid.
What's the plan for the frame twister?
See how far we can get. Try not to break it.
That was going to be very, very nasty. He's in a really precarious situation. Up on the big tyre section now, they've got to keep it on top of the tyres. They cannot hit the dirt. They've got to stay on the tyres to stay on the course. Making plenty of noise here at the 2019 Tuff Dog Tuff Truck Challenge. This is what it's all about. For an impressive display of engineering and articulation, the RTI Ramp Travel Index is a great show of how far the suspension on these vehicles can go. What can you tell us about this stage and how does it work?
It's the travel ramp. It's basically a calculation of wheelbase and distance up the ramp, which gives you your RTI for the event.
What are you expecting from this stage?
Well, actually, I've never really driven the truck. A learning curve for us, I guess, how much flex we have or haven't got.
There are 4 new stages here at Tuff Truck this year, and the one causing the most anxiety is Tony's Torment. Named after the competition manager Tony Price, this stage is proving to be quite action-packed and exciting.
I clambered up that hill behind and said, this will make a good stage. We come up with Tony's Torment. I might retire next year, they could call it something else, but yeah, this year it's been great.
A lot of people thinking, oh yeah, it should be nice and easy, but there's been some interesting bigger vehicles caught out, and then there's been some really good drives as well.
I was really scared coming into it just because it's just so loose up the top there and just didn't know how the car was going to handle and where it was going to go.
We potentially could make the top 10, but we might be 20th as well, you know, so if we can do it, we get extra drive, which is great. We'll see.
Some have made it look really easy and just walk down it. and there's been a couple of others that have come down and ended out on their lids.
Here we go again.
Hopefully we can keep it together on its 4 wheels and make it to the end of most of it.
With the Aussie sun retiring to the west, Tuff Truck and the entire Tough Dog Tuff Truck site gear up for 2 very different stages. The Mickey Thompson Mud Rat's Revenge Under Lights and the Glen Dobbin Mystery Night stage held in a secret location. With no lighting, no spectators and no preview, the Mystery Night drive always holds an element of awe and anticipation. This year's stage was a tight and twisty affair where powdery, dirt to rock transfers were the toughest challenge for a number of the teams. Two nighttime stages complete the even dozen here at the Tough Dog Tough Truck Challenge. Now, whilst the Mystery Night stage is tucked away in a secret location, Mud Rat's Revenge is spectator central here on Friday and Saturday nights.
It's always a buzz under the lights and having the crowd going off.
What was going through your mind is going through that 100-point mark?
Oh, just try not to take all the cones out or run over someone. You know how it goes.
The crowd has gone absolutely crazy, and what a spectacular way for Elmo to finish their run here at the Mickey Thompson Mud Rat's Revenge. A spectacular finish to the mud run.
Thank you.
And the crowd went absolutely wild.
Beauty, that's what we're here for. Keep them happy.
Mickey Thompson's Mud Rat Revenge. We've changed it around a little bit this year just to try and G it up to make it a bit harder for the cars. The big pirouette from Elmo earlier was very spectacular, that one.
Certainly a few tricks and a bit of technique there. The guys are trying to make up some time now. They're on the go. Bit of a spectacular finish there.
Unexpected spectacular finish.
This year, the Saturday night action wasn't just limited to the mud. There were, of course, the popular fireworks still to come. But sneaking in early, Benji Saunders, a Tuff Truck mainstay, competitor and host, had some fireworks of his own in store. We are only halfway through our coverage of the 2019 Tough Dog Tough Truck Challenge. Watch next week when we return to the rocks here at Milbradale for plenty more action. I'm Simon Christie. Tread lightly, keep it safe, play hard. We'll see you next week.